we doing, brothers and sisters, teamsters? Another beautiful day out here working, right? So it's second week of November, and we're all getting ready for Thanksgiving. No matter where you work at in the United States, you're busy as hell right now. If you're in the food service business, if you're in the grocery business, you're busy. They're making you work 6 days, 8 days, whatever they call it over there. I'm pretty sure you're busy, you're working. Well, that's good, right? Let's not complain. God's giving us a job, and it's on us to keep it and make sure that language protects us no matter what we do. So, Teamsters, obviously, very sad news. The passing a couple weeks back of one of the greats out here in California, one of the greatest people to represent the union and he was a secretary treasurer. He was also, I believe, at one point president of Joint Council 42. The passing of Jim Santangelo. Very sad news to hear a giant in the union passing away like that. But the man put in his work. He was a fighter for his members. Everybody that knew him would tell you that he was a fighter. He was a no BS guy. He will definitely be missed. Jim Santangelo. Much love out there to those guys from 848. Those guys got to keep his name alive and keep working his work, keeping it strong and fighting for members. But yeah, I've met a lot of brothers here at Albertsons Vons that knew him, that were represented by him, and they only say good things about him. The man was a fighter. He would get in your face if you were management, and he would definitely fight for members. And now in these days, it's really rare that you see that, but to have a fighter like that in your corner is always good, right? So definitely a giant in the industry of unions. Mr. Santangelo will be missed. Moving on to obviously the government's getting their act together. They're going to end the shutdown, right, of the government, and I guess they're voting on it. They voted on it last night or whatever, the Senate. So why does that affect us, you may ask, Gonzo? Why the hell does that affect us? Well, the reason why it affects us is because the NLRB, if they're closed, they can't hear your grievances or your arbitrations or any of that. So guess what? We need them to be open again and fast to start getting our cases heard. And hopefully some of you guys will win your grievances, your arbitrations. Okay, maybe you lost a job, maybe they owe you money, whatever may be the story, wherever you're at in the United States, obviously we need the NLRB to be open. Okay, so hopefully they could pass it and sign it so that everybody could get their things done, and also before the holidays, so some of these employees in the government that are union could get paid. Who wants to go to Thanksgiving with nothing to eat? Definitely good news to hear that the government's getting their act together. Definitely, if you guys haven't noticed, prices are a little bit up this year on some of the stuff. Could be the fuel prices, could be a lot of things. Whatever it may be, we just need those prices to start coming down the other way, because pockets are tapped. Union or not union, you're gonna feel it in the pocket. You're definitely gonna feel it in the pocket. Definitely, you want to just be mindful this year when you're spending out your turkey. Make sure that you look around. Hopefully you shop union, maybe one of the big stores, Kroger or Albertsons or Stater Brothers or Ralph's, whichever one's in your town that's union. Support union, buy union. Moving on. So a couple of people have been asking me about shop stewards, elections, stuff like that. I know that Irvine is having the shop steward election at Albertsons soon for the drivers. I know that they're having that soon. Our buddy Mike Raziano, will be on that choice you can vote for. Also, another choice will be Ralph Arias. Another choice on there will be Chris Sherman. Another choice will be Javier Macias. Who else is on there? I believe it's Jason Bowman. couple of fellas that I know that pretty good people, character-wise, good people, workers. They do their homework. They look for the information. Then definitely will help you out. So, guys, if you're working at the facility over in Irvine, consider giving them a vote next week, or I think it's the 20 something of the month. Look out for that on the union board. That should be up. Definitely look out for that. I know in Brea and Albertsons Brea, the drivers department, we've been asking for a union election for stewards, and still nothing. So we'll let you know if we get one before Christmas. Hopefully it'll be nice. Be nice to see some new blood in there. Not that the guys in there are the worst. They're just, you can tell they're just a bit tired of it. They're probably past it already. They don't want to freaking fight no more. So it could be understandable. Maybe you're in the position way too long and you start kind of like, whatever. That's not good. It's not good. It's your time to step down. It's your time to step down and move aside and show the younger guys something so they can help out the brothers. Obviously, when you retire, somebody's going to take that spot. Okay? So why not embrace it? Why not help these fellas? Why not teach them a thing or two about what it is to be a shop steward? Give them any small advice, pass on the knowledge. The knowledge is to be shared. But if you're just going to pigeonhole and put it in your pocket and say, F you because I don't like you or whatever, and retire, that's your business. You were never really in it for the brothers. You were in it for yourself. But hopefully we have an election there soon, right? And definitely, it can't hurt to change the morale. Maybe guys will feel a little bit better having a steward. What else? What else we got on the plate here? So obviously, depending on where you work at right now, a lot of companies are starting to cut back on manpower, but they're trying to do more with less. You're overworked. You're underpaid and overworked, underpaid. Join a union. But if you're already in the union and you're overworked and still paid well, kind of just, suck it up for now. It ends eventually. Come January, it slows down a bit. It's not a big deal. We all get to see our families and hang out with them then. It's just put in the work. A lot of people are relying on you, truck drivers, all you teamsters out there. America relies on you. So when you deliver that load, it wasn't just that load. It was a load that feeds a lot of people. So make sure that you guys are, get the job done. And you know what, man? Show that pride, the Teamster pride. Let's get back into the process of, or at least the practice of saying what's up to each other when we see each other out there. Teamsters 848. I've seen them out there this week. Met the brother that's a shop steward for Coke. Good brother, good brother. I've met other brothers from 7-Up, 952. I've met brothers from other locals, 630s out there, 63s. Everybody. But hey, guys, we're all union. We're all brothers. We're all fighting the big fight together, and let's make sure that we just say what's up to each other. If you have any job openings that you guys know of, okay, job openings at your job openings or anything, make sure that you DM me, drop it in the box here, send me a message, tell me who's hiring and where, so we can post it up here. Because if there's any brothers that are out of a job or they have a family member that wants to get a union job, we could hook them up. We could hook them up. Okay. Another thing, brothers, make sure that if you're gonna write a grievance, any type of grievance going forward for any place you work at, make sure that you dot your I's. Keep all the records of everything. Make sure that you record it properly. Make sure that you have the name of the person, the date, the violation article. If you don't know how to do that, we will definitely start a course on YouTube soon on how you could do that. Either myself or Mike Rosiano will be teaching how to write a grievance properly. And that's going to be something that is very useful. Even if you're not a steward, know how to write a grievance. Because if you miss any details, that could be the end of your grievance. It could end right there. Okay? And a lot of these business agents, not saying no names, but a lot of these business agents, If they don't have all the facts, forget it. They're not picking up your grievance. So let's make sure that we get all the dots, all of them together, and make sure that you have everything you need for that grievance. Make sure, remember, name, persons involved, what manager, and also, if you can, your trip number or the date you were working, and write all that down. Don't lose anything. Go to your steward, ask nicely for a sheet, tell them what happened. If your steward won't do it, then obviously you could call your business agent. The numbers are usually on the union board. You go to the union board, no matter what union you are, it says right there who your business agent is, their number. You can reach out to them and they'll help you write it. They'll help you with it. Now, if they don't want to do it, then you get a piece of paper, you fill it all out, and you go down to your local, and you could talk to them in person. You could talk to the Secretary of Treasury, you could talk to the president, you could talk to any of those three and ask them, or email them. You could email all three of them if you don't want to go down there in person, and tell them what happened, what day, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you get help and your grievance will be addressed. It could be anything. It could be a violation of seniority. It could be a violation of something. Trust me, every contract's different, and every contract has different articles of the contract that in any way, form, they could violate. And then, toma. So make sure, guys, you don't let it slip. Make sure you don't forget to note down your notes on everything. Now, the most important thing about today is Veterans Day. Veterans Day is very important because in the Teamsters, there's a lot of former veterans, right? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Marines are always Marines. They're not former nothing. Marines are always Marines. And, for those that had the privilege of serving and serving well, we want to say thank you to every Marine, every Army, every Navy, every Air Force that served. I think even Coast Guard, Coast Guard too. Space Force, which is the new one, thank you too. To all the veterans, okay? All the veterans that serve, we thank you for doing that for us and serving this country. I have a good amount of family members personally and friends that I call family. And maybe our blood is different, but we're family that has served. Some of the bravest people that I know have served, and we thank you for your service. My boy Gilbert, Big Dog Tags, thank you for service. My Uncle Ralph, Marines, thank you, you damn devil dog. We appreciate you for all those years you served. My cousin Manuel, Carolina, thank you for serving in the Army. My cousin up in Washington, Jesse, thank you for being a Marine and serving your country. Oh man, my homeboy Jesse here in East LA. I call him the East LA warrior because that guy, he's still serving his military. He's still in full uniform, and we appreciate you, brother, for all the service that you've done for this country. My homeboy Rampage, Eric, thank you, man, for your service to this country, serving in the Army. So my boy, so anybody that I forgot, I'm so sorry. There's so many. Oh, my brother-in-law David, serving in the Army. So many of you guys that have served, and we appreciate your service to this country. And you know what? Your generation is one of the glorious ones. The guys that served right after 9/11, thank you. All you brothers that stepped up, and any brothers that are Teamsters, that are in the Marines and the Army that serve, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you catch them at a bar, buy them a beer. Come on, be nice. Buy them a beer. It's Veterans Day. Okay, if you can't, buy them a burger too while you're at it. Okay, you make good money, Teamsters. Okay, let's not be tight now. Okay, this has been Solid Talk with Gonzo G. Appreciate you. Make sure that you give me a like, share this with your friends, and let's get this thing everywhere on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it. Let's get it on YouTube, everywhere. Solid Talk every week. We'll make a video. Anything you guys want to talk about, text it to me in the DMs, and trust me, we'll talk about it. Anything it is. Okay? Have a great day. Happy Veterans Day to all you. God bless you. Okay?